A retrial would hurt Vybz Kartel's finances. Brick and Lace versus Sean Paul, ripoff or coincidence? Minister Marion Hall hints at dancehall comeback. And track star Shericka Jackson featured in Omega campaign. Viewers and subscribers, welcome. It's Levels with Kshema, your space for all things entertainment. Get ready for your latest and hottest e-news, reviews, interviews, and so much more. Thank you all for subscribing, and if it's your first time checking in, remember to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell. But first, it's all about our fresh drop. This week, the fresh drop is this epic collab featuring Ryan King and Damian Marley.
There's a calm when time the storm blows off.
The song titled Things Don't Change is featured on Ryan King's album Recovery that will be released on June 14.
Things don't change now.
Things Don't Change, a big tune. Drop some flames and let me know in the comments if you're feeling this fresh drop from Ryan King featuring Damian Marley. This case is set to end on Friday. We cannot go any further than Friday. This is how the judge opened day 2 of the hearing to determine a retrial or the freedom of Vybz Kartel and his co-accused. And I was there for the proceedings in court, and this is exactly what happened. Judge Marvia McDonald Bishop also emphasized the importance of time and urged the lawyers to be efficient. As you know, the highly anticipated appeal hearing started on Monday and is expected to last for 5 days, ending this Friday, June 14, when we will know for sure if Vybz Kartel and his co-accused will get a retrial or will be released. Judge McDonald Bishop also questioned why the case was sent back to the Jamaica Court of Appeal if the UK Privy Council found a breach. And this is something that a lot of Jamaicans, including myself, thought about when you heard that the case was initially quashed at the UK Privy Council level. So the judge highlighting that today, I don't know if this is something that will help or strengthen their case, but she did mention it. Meanwhile, defense attorney John Clark argued that a new trial would be a waste of taxpayers' money and a financial strain on the appellants. Vybz Kartel, in his affidavit, complained that a new trial would hamper his ability to provide for his 17 dependents. So in Jamaican terms, a new trial, I got done money. What do you think about that? So moving on. After day 2 in court ended, defense attorney John Clark made this statement.
We are completely at the line in the sand. This is supposed to be the main point, being that for all of the appellants, it is unjust in our view for Jamaican citizens to be waiting in prison for more than 10 years to have the appellate process completed. We feel that it's unjust. It shouldn't happen to Carter, it shouldn't happen to anybody. And we're saying that regardless of who these individual appellants are, it shouldn't happen to them, it shouldn't happen to your child, it shouldn't happen to your grandchild. And today, and for this matter, we're hoping that the court will say it can't happen. And then that will be the end of the matter for us, if the court agrees with us on that point.
Vybz Kartel, Sean Storm, and their 2 co-accused will know their fate on Friday. So a retrial or a release, what's your prediction? Hit up the comments and let me know. Remember Brick and Lace? Wicked. And Lenky Mars then Duali Rhythm. Anyway, Nyanda from Brick and Lace is standing up for her sister, Nyla, who claims Sean Paul and Will Smith ripped off her 2015 song Light It Up featuring Major Lazer. Nyla says she have a receipt.
So we're not just gonna pretend that we didn't hear the close similarities in those 2 records. And the latter being the more popular older one, written by yours truly. This is definitely a sip tea moment, but I ain't sipping no tea.
Waiting, can you hear the similarities? Now, Sean Paul's wife, Jody Henriquez, in her husband's defense, said, "Light it up with the same light that belonged to @Dotty Paul from the beginning of time. KMT, mind your reach for something you can't handle."
Just give me the light.
Jody also said this.
Nyla, I'm not going to diss you. I'm not going to diss you. My millennial growing up, I danced to your bops. I still love them now. I think that you and your sister are very talented. And even though, you know, we don't hear, like, you're not only a good singer, but you're also a good songwriter. So I'm not going to sit here and diss you. What I'm upset about, which is what I've always championed for, right? If you diss my husband, I am going to comment. Here's a problem that I have, right? Mm-hmm. You and Sean are friends. You and Sean have worked together. You have Sean's number. And if you had a problem, you could have called him and you could have said, "Sean, this sounds like a familiar to me, you know, I didn't do that." Instead, you went onto your veranda, right? And you say, "Oh, I have the tea." What tea, Nyla? What tea? Why is this tea? Why is this an argument? What tea? When you come and you start about your tea and you're carrying on and whatever, that means it's an argument you want. Sean is not going to give you an argument. And has never. That is not how my husband is. That's why he's sending Bulldog online for the representative.
Girl,
right?
let me see the Muslim. Yeah, girl,
Right?
do that.
Look here, everybody seems to be defending somebody. Nyanda, as mentioned earlier, ran to her sister's defense and also hinted at a lawsuit.
Hi guys, so I just wanted to add my 2 cents really quickly. I know my sister had made a post about Sean Paul's latest song on the Bad Boy soundtrack. His song goes Light 'Em Up, and she was talking about their similarities with her song, which is called Light It Up. And I think that there is a similarity. I really honestly heard it, and I do think there's a similarity in the cadence. Light it up, and the melody, light 'em up. He goes light 'em up, and she goes light it up. So there is a similarity. And what I just wanted to remind you guys is that yes, this is our livelihood. And you know, sometimes as an artist, as a writer, we can unconsciously use a melody that's similar to somebody else's song, not even know it, you know what I mean? And I feel like as a writer also, I think, yes, we have the right to express it if we hear something, you know what I mean? Obviously, Sean Paul is a legend. We love Sean Paul so freaking much. Love and respect Sean for everything he has done for our community and just him as an artist and everything he's been able to accomplish. He's a giant and we love him so much. But I think I just wanted to remind you guys that we as writers, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're not a big fish in the game, but we do have a right to express it when we hear something that sounds similar to our song. That, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, we don't want to feel bullied or people don't need to be mean about it. It doesn't even matter. At the end of the day, it's up to the courts to decide.
And here is another perspective from music business analyst Lloyd Leng.
This situation with Brick and Lace claiming that Sean Paul somehow breached or infringed on their own copyright is ridiculous. And it's a far reach to try to maintain relevance. Now, let me not take it from these girls. Brick and Lace have already carved a path for themselves and have been very good representatives and ambassadors of the music throughout Africa, Europe, and North America. But as they say, water settles where it may. It's a different generation and a different time. And if you want to be relevant, come again with something that makes you relevant, but don't try to reach for relevancy, because if anybody go listen to the video now up to right now, Sean Paul don't say light him up one single time. So if you have an issue, don't make it Sean Paul, but make it with Will Smith and try to approach Will Smith. Why should Sean Paul be the stepping stone to you now trying to find relevancy in the biggest movie of the summer? Now let's go back to the table. You say, I realize that there is a very disturbing pattern in music, and I've been in this music industry for almost 3 decades this year. And I can tell you one thing that I see. The people them that fight Jamaican artists the most when we are about to get on heights is our own people and Black American artists. If you look, not going on for hip hop right now, you know, not going on for black urban music, you know. But if you look, Ice Spice step out and use Sean Paul, all of a sudden you can't see Ice Spice. Sean Paul decided to step out and he's doing sold out tours, all of a sudden he's the Jamaican Drake. And Americans are trying to put their perspective and reflective of colorism and culturism onto us. Don't do it. And don't participate in it, girls. Because you girls from Brick and Lace are two girls I have so much love and respect for. And this is completely unnecessary. Because light him up, you can't own that. We know someone did do the big tune. We know one did write it. But that don't mean that we are going to keep you in relevancy. You're great writers. Come out with another hit song. Brother, one did have some song, you see. And we need you back. So rather than hold on to Sean Paul's curtail, Brick and Lace, come out with some hits, because we know you have them. You don't need to hold on to Sean Paul's curtail to find relevancy. Come with the hits. It's Leng. I'm out.
Sean Paul and Will Smith's Light 'Em Up is for the movie soundtrack of Bad Boys Ride or Die, starring Will and Martin Lawrence. Let me know, are you Team Sean or Team Brick and Lace? And does Brick and Lace have a case? Jump in the comments and let me know.
I'm doing better. Hey.
Minister Marion Hall has sparked rumors of a dancehall comeback after she posted this cryptic message to Facebook. I am about to make some of the hardest decisions I've ever made in my life, which may take me back to a place where I would never dream of going back, but seems to be heading back there from this moment on. I know that many will curse me out and said they have predicted it, but what can I say? Sometimes you just don't have any fight left. Please don't call my phone or send me any emails trying to find out what's happening with me, cause not much true love is out there for me anyway. May God help us all in these times. This isn't the first time the minister puzzled social media with her messages. Do you think Minister Marion Hall or Lady Saw is really planning a return to dancehall? Or is her post just being misinterpreted again? And do you think there is still a place for her in dancehall? Let me know your thoughts. Big up to Jamaica's women's 200-meter world champion, Shericka Jackson. She's featured in the Paris Olympic campaign released on Monday for watch manufacturing giant Omega. Big deal.
Jamaica are the big deal and everything else are small fries and side order.
That's enough. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And turn on the notification bell to never miss a second or frame of Levels with me, Kshema. Got any burning questions or suggestions for future content? Drop them in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Until next time, stay entertained and keep leveling up.